Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? Have you have you ever asked yourself lately why you do what you do? Why do you prepare? Have you changed the reasons why you prepare? Are you are you convinced that we're headed for a societal collapse? Because to be honest, there is a growing consensus that there are very, very challenging times ahead of us. Here in 2024, okay, we're just now going to be heading into February, right? We will be facing the most chaotic selection season in our entire history. Multiple wars are erupting all over the planet. Economic problems are rapidly growing. Destructive natural disasters are becoming more frequent. Global authorities are even warning us to brace ourselves for the next pandemic. Our cities are being absolutely overwhelmed by endless waves of new people that are just coming in, if you know what I mean. The stage is like literally being set for a societal implosion of epic proportions. And many of us are like feverishly preparing for a coming collapse that we believe is inevitable. I mean, I I've been preparing for almost 4 years. Okay. I mean, you know, going head first, preparing. And for a while, I stopped pressure canning and stuff like that. And then I was just like, you know what? I heard a few things. I was given some information, and I'm like, oh, I really should get on the ball. And that's what I've been doing, right? That's why I've been putting up some canning videos and stuff like that. And, just trying to give you guys some ideas and, whatever. But, you know, I just feel that it's important that we really light a fire underneath each other's tuchus, and say, hey, wake up, time to get going again, because for a long time, many people, and I could, maybe it's just because of the way that I was brought up, but many people, they have too much faith in the government and and think that the government will be able to keep society stable. No. But now that's changing. People are changing their minds. Americans actually have no faith that the government is going to save them or even prevent a doomsday event. If you actually believe that the government will be there to rescue you like Superman when things start to hit the fan, that's delusional. If it was if you were to take all of the supplies like food, water, first aid kit stuff, whatever, okay? If you were to take all of that and equally divide it among the entire population of the United States, the emergency supplies that the government has on hand right now would last less than 1 day. 1 day. This is why I believe that as a community, we prepare the way that we do. So we don't have to worry about relying on anyone or anything because we live the lifestyles that we live so we can rely on ourselves. And I think that many Americans are realizing that they will be forced to rely on themselves as society collapses. And so an increasing percentage of the population is spending significant money on emergency preparedness. Now, The ones that were laughing at us in the very beginning, if you remember in like 2020 when C-19 came on board, right? And everybody was stockpiling all the toilet paper and the hand sanitizer and everything else, right? And everybody was laughing at us. The tinfoil hat conspiracy theory, blah, 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 blah. They were realizing, holy shit, they were right all along. Ah, how'd you figure that one out? Right on. I mean, all right. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad that more people are waking up. Bing. And you're getting prepared. I'm happy you're here. Congratulations. But spending hundreds of dollars on emergency preparedness items simply is not going to be enough to survive what is eventually coming. I showed you guys an earlier video of my pantry, right? And it was just part of my pantry. I showed you what, 3 shelves? Okay. I don't even feel prepared for what lies ahead now. I don't. Okay. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say, I got it under control. No, I don't. Okay. I literally I pressure can ever I've been pressure canning every single day for like a month. And I still just sit here and go, oh man. Even Sean, when he comes home from work, because he's due home any minute, he even says, hey, baby, we ain't got enough, baby. We ain't got enough. Yeah, I know. Thanks for the reminder. As I'm sitting here with my pressure canner going, oh man, we don't have enough time in a day. Okay. So here's an example for you. Okay. In Missouri, there's a woman. She literally spent 90 grand to prepare her family for what she believes lies ahead of us, right? She built a doomsday bunker and says that the door will remain closed to anyone outside of her home, including family. She believes it's necessary to prepare for the end of the world. Okay, well, here's a question for you. When things get really bad, will you shut your door to those who are requesting help? And I mean, this even includes your kids, this even includes your family. Okay, are you going to shut that door? I didn't think so. I mean, okay, Jesse and Andrew, they finally got their first apartment. Okay, they're in the process of moving out and stuff like that. When Kaka hits the fan and they come running home, that door gets opened. Okay, because this Marine mom will never shut that door on her boy and my grandchildren and my daughter-in-law. Never. Okay. So, I mean, of course, there's going to be many that will just try to take whatever they need. Okay. I mean, take a look at the crime rates right now. They're already spiking all over the place. Violent weirdos are seemingly everywhere. I mean, you can't go nowhere without there's being some kind of a creepazoid that's lurking. You've got the economy, you've got politics, social tensions. They have become increasingly unstable. And it's not just like, oh, it happened overnight. Okay, well, what do we do? No, it's been happening for years. And much like adding more weight to a man standing on a frozen lake, that ice is going to break. Okay, the question is how do we know when that ice will break? It's cracking right now. I mean, it just like everything else, it happens slowly at first, and then all at once, boom. I mean, a sure sign of accelerating collapse is the growing prevalence of psychopaths, psychopathic behavior out in the open. All you have to do is watch YouTube, and one of my favorite channels is Audit the Audit. And you see what cops have to deal with. And it's like, holy cow, man. You know what I mean? watch any of like the channels that where cops have to deal with whoever, what other whack job they have to deal with, and you're like, man, am I glad I stayed home all day, you know? But the US appears to have entered the middle stages of such a collapse with many psychopaths, sociopaths, and they're beginning to feel that they might be able to act out with the worst impulses without consequences. I mean, they are actually beginning to test the waters to see what they can get away with. And I'm sure that you're noticing the same thing. I mean, evil is literally growing all around us, it's blooming, and the inmates are taking over the asylum. I am entirely convinced that 2024 is going to be an historic turning point. I mean, I just hope that you guys are being like me and you are preparing for the tremendous chaos that is coming. If you have not figured it out, where you, okay, where you're going to be located during these chaotic years that are ahead of us, that's the first thing that you need to do. I mean, if you're anything like me and your first plan is to bug in, cool beans, I'll give you my number. Okay. I mean, if not, then once you have you figured it out and you settled in and you're at your new location or whatever, okay, then you need to store up enough food and supplies for yourself and for everyone else that's tagging along with you, because they will be depending on you for as long as you plan on staying at that location. Okay, because of course you will also need to determine how you will protect everything that you've got. I mean, this is not a game, okay? All right. This is not preseason, no more. Okay. No more scrimmages. Okay. We're in the championship now. All right. I mean, the collapse of society is coming. Okay. We're in the championship. We're just waiting for the Super Bowl. That's it. Okay. Most of the population will find themselves completely and utterly unprepared when it finally happens. And God help us all. That's it. All right. All right, guys, listen, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fearless.